Hello everyone and welcome to the Trade Ideas live trading room recap for Wednesday, September the 2nd. My name is Barry Anderson, moderator of your trading room. Any questions you may have for me, you can use this email address. This is a link for the free room. It is 100% free. You do not have to be a member of Trade Ideas to be in our free trading room. The room is open Mondays to Fridays from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern Time. I share my screen and I'm live on the mic. In the email you're getting, you will see a link for my homepage, which will have a lot of interesting links, including a subscription link with a promo code, the trade of the week, all the webinar links, etc. Wow, what a day. I mean, I'm going to go over my watch list and I'm going to go over one of the Holly alerts. And just to show you again, I try to emphasize how I think you should be using the reentry column. But first of all, I just want to talk a little bit about Court and also SDC. I mean, look at Court. We were trying to look for an area to short this, maybe here, but it was just way too hard. I mean, this is just on a mind of its own. There was some information about, I think, a director buying about $500,000 worth of shares, but also I think they're in front of the some hearing and it might be going well. So very, very difficult to try to find a top to this, as opposed to maybe the SDC, little bit easier, but still not easy. Now again, this one, the news on this one looked like the CEO bought $100 million worth of stock. I think it was around 12.8 million at, say, an average of about $8 a share. And, you know, I've always had a tough time with this one. This is the Smile Direct Club. I've always had a tough time with it. But you cannot, whoops, just a second here. Let me get my chart back. There we go. Can't dispute the fact that it had just a tremendous run on this. Now, this was a little bit easier to find a top, you know, and short it. I actually did short it a couple of times for minor gains. You know, unfortunately, I was not able to take full advantage of this big move down. But there's a tale of two insider trades, or which had to be reported. You know, one $100 million CEO. It'll be interesting to see what happens with this one tomorrow. Take a look at it on the weekly chart. You see it still has a lot of room. And the Court, who knows? I mean, I'll bring back the Court. Let's see what it's, oops. If you look at the monthly chart, you know, this still has room up to here, but unbelievable move. And the interesting thing to me is that had 103 million shares in the float. So this is not a low float situation, and yet it's moving like it is. I want to talk about my watch list. My watch list really performed. You know, I mean, they're not all rocket ships, but take a look at, and what you're seeing here, just give me a moment here. Court. What you're seeing here is the time of the first alert, 9:45, and you're seeing the price, okay, 9:23. So you go back in time and you kind of say, okay, what did it do since then? And so there it is, 9:23, and it got up to 9:80. So that's pretty good. I mean, it obviously has pulled back since then. Top, 1841, and it is now at 1929. It did have a big pullback here, but again, you know, good. Bloomin' Brands, it hasn't really moved. It did move off 1629, and it did get up to 1667. So again, pretty good. The Red Robin was a quick one, 1325, got up to 1371. Noodles was an interesting one, NDLS. You know, here's 777, and it got up to 822. I mean, that's a great percentage move before it came back. This could be a really interesting one going forward. There's the alert, 1380. This is one of those SPACs, okay, the Special Project Acquisition Company, and they're merging with a private company called Spills, Spillz. I think it's mobile gaming, something like that. And we're seeing so many of them. Take a look at what Shill did. You know, look at the move this one had. And pre-market still was up. Look at the move it had after hours. Again, this is another one of the SPACs. Look at it on a weekly chart. Look at this. I mean, this was $10. What was that? That was June, middle of June, $10, $54 now. Okay, so I am all over this FMCI. This is another one. I think they're supposedly merging with the Tattooed Chef. Okay, soon, and we'll see. I mean, this is just ripping. It was a bit of a tough one. I mean, look at this pullback, and then it's just absolutely ripping now. The other one I want to bring to your attention is from the AI, and I don't have it here. Unfortunately, it's I should have. Yeah, it's hidden behind here. Let me see if I can bring it out. Just got to find the. Just give me a second here. Just got to have to find the AI. Here we go. There we go. Okay, so I want to draw your attention to one thing. Look at home. So the initial alert was at 1749. Didn't do very well. I mean, it got out at 1749, but it popped like, I mean, look, there was the alert. This is just short, okay? And look what it did. I mean, it was chopping around. But notice that with every alert, automatically there is a re-entry price that is calculated. Nothing fancy. It's just halfway between the entry, 453, and there's a stop, 401. So there it is, 427. What that means is if it ever hit 401 during the day, which is the stop price, and it got back up to 427, you would see a re-entry, and you'd see the re-entry time right there. And this, you can put a sound alert on it also. So look at home. So home, there was the re-entry, because at one point it did hit the stop price of, what was it, 854. So it got up to 854 at one point, and then it came back down to 802, and look what it did from 802. And that's at 10:35. That's the time. And look what it did. I mean, from 8:02 down to 16:45. So I would encourage you to have this column also, all right? Because, maybe the AI was just a little bit early on this particular alert, but it gave you a second opportunity to get back into the trade. Do they all work like this? Of course not. But it's well worth it to have this column, and you put a sound alert on it, and it'll, you'll know when it re-triggers. All right, well, again, a super exciting day. I want to get back into the room, so I'm going to close down the chart and bring back my capture program. If you have any questions for me, you can use this email address. This is a link for the free room. I'll open the room tomorrow at 9 o'clock. I hope to see you there. Bye-bye.